Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jibawi Brothers podcast. My name is Dr. AJ. On the other side, I got my boy, Dr. MJ. Boop, what's going on, brother?
Social distancing, my man.
How you been?
Just having this cough, man.
You got this cough.
I don't know what it is. Is it the common cold? Is it the flu? Is it COVID? What is it? That's our topic for today.
But that is our topic. It's a very good question. So we've been getting a lot of patients complaining about this chronic cough that they've been having. And honestly, I think today this is what we need to talk about. First of all, you've been all right? How's your week?
It's been awesome, man. We've got so much positive reviews from this, from our episode 1. And,
killed it. Bro.
Yeah, I think it was awesome. We got good feedback too, and I think we're going to try to change that.
Yep.
Things are going to get better. The whole point of this podcast is really just to educate these patients, have fun with it. You know?
We need to enjoy it. You know, we got a lot of awesome support from our patients and our friends and our colleagues, our family members.
And shout out to the guys recording and editing this.
Absolutely.
Jason and
Mitch, thank you guys so much. A personal thank you from my brother and I to all our fans and supporters. We are excited. We got a lot of videos coming to you.
We have fans?
I have fans.
That's awesome, man.
What you trying to say?
That. Oh, I'm just saying, you have fans. That's great.
I have fans. You think you're the one with fans?
I love fans. That's good for me. I need a fan right now.
He's always talking crap. It's okay. I'll let that one slide this time, bro. Today, our topic is I cannot stop coughing. MJ, patients have been complaining about this chronic cough.
I feel like this is the most common question.
It's a very common question because it's so many.
I feel like most of the calls are like, I'm coughing, doc. Do I have the COVID-19?
I know. And that's, I was on call last weekend and I literally had 20 phone calls for patients complaining about cough and they're concerned just about what the cough is. What could it be? Do I have the COVID? Do I not have the COVID? Let's break it down really simple.
Break it down, actually.
The most common are 3 types. The common cold, influenza, and of course the COVID-19. Common cold. Typically the majority of them, 30 to 50% of them are the rhinoviruses. You got the sneezing, you got the coughing, you got the body aches, etc., watery eyes, runny nose, etc. Flu is a little bit more stronger, I would say. The incubation period is a little bit different, and it can present typically within the first 1 to 4 days, but it can last for around 2 weeks. So a lot of patients have been complaining, well, doc, I'm still coughing. It's been 10 days and I'm still coughing. Well, remember that the virus can last up to 14 days, even more sometimes in different patients. And of course, COVID-19. Did you get any recent patients complaining about cough this week at all?
The problem is the pollen levels through the roof too, right? So the pollen level goes through the roof. I deal with it myself in the morning, right? Yeah. I wake up, my throat is itchy, my nose is runny, and then I start developing a cough.
Yeah.
And imagine me as a doctor. I start coughing, and now I'm concerned about it, right? Imagine the patients. This is, I feel like, what's causing people to panic, people to be confused, because they don't know what it is. Is it allergies? Like you said, what is it? They're confused. Yeah. And with the allergies being so high right now, with the pollen level being so high, it can get confusing. And we'll get into that, and I'll let you break down a little bit more on it.
Incubation period typically is 1 to 7 days.
Okay.
And I think we know that. And approximately it can stay in your system between 7 to 10 days. That's the common cold. Flu, incubation period is typically 1 to 4 days, but it could last up to 2 weeks in your system.
Yeah, I've seen it last even longer sometimes.
Absolutely. But I think what patients need to understand is to focus on their treatment and what they can do to get better. The majority of it is symptomatic treatment.
Take care of your body.
Hydrate. Vitamin C, tea, lemon, honey, ginger. The old remedies that our grandmas used to use.
The Dr. Singh special turmeric.
That's Dr. Singh special. He loves his ginger.
Coconut oil.
Exactly.
Turmeric. Soak your almonds overnight and eat them in the morning.
I love that.
Specials.
But it works. It works.
Sometimes you can honestly have a mix of both. Like let's say you're developing influenza symptoms and you have allergies. So you can have that discomfort in the ear, that sore throat, and a fever. And you can have a mix of both, really.
I agree. But the end result is, folks, you need to stay hydrated. That's I think it's a very important.
Preventative too. Preventative. Keep your immune system good.
Patients are stressed out. And I want to make them understand that COVID-19 symptoms don't. Every time you have a cough, every time you have a fever, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are actually diagnosed with COVID-19. Don't run into facilities trying to get tested unless you really have these presenting symptoms. For COVID-19, typically presents with fever, right? Fever. Cough, typically dry cough, and these coughs are pretty excessive.
I'm seeing the fever go, it's pretty high. These temperatures are high. Like
exactly.
The cases that I've seen of people I know that are in different states, they have high, like 103, 104.
And I love that you said that, because the common cold typically is a mild, maybe a low-grade fever. You don't necessarily have to have a really high fever. Now, in the flu, it's a little bit different, okay? Even though it's more common. But with COVID-19, you get a high fever, shortness of breath, and really bad cough. Different stages of the virus will determine will have, of course, different symptoms, like the severe shortness of breath. Do you need oxygen? Do you need ventilation? Do you need, respiratory support, etc.?
At that point, they're in the hospital, though.
At that point, you're in the hospital.
Where you can't breathe,
absolutely.
Yeah.
At that point that you need to seek medical
attention. We talked about episode 1. Contact the primary care. Call us to guide you. That's the only way to do it.
Absolutely, call us. So we are going to talk a lot more on how to prevent this, with different exercises, of course, and improving your immune system, staying hydrated, etc. And, closing remarks, please, if you have any questions, text us, email us, call our offices. We're more than willing to make sure that you guys are taken care of.
And don't wait on these things. If you're having symptoms and this whole time it's just allergies, and I call it an antihistamine, we can resolve your symptom. You don't have to go to the emergency room. You don't have to do all of that.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I emphasize this so much because it's really important. If you call your primary care, we can guide you on what it is. Now, we don't know 100%. Everyone talks about, do we have enough tests? Do we not have enough tests? At this point, call us and we will guide you on where to go. That's the easiest way to do it.
Well, your doctor, even if it's the flu or the common cold, you don't need to get testing even for that. And even the COVID-19, unless it's completely necessary, because the treatment outcome is exactly the same for all of them.
For allergies, for example, I tried something different. If you find a local person that has honey, honey, so what happens is the bees get exposed to the pollen. They produce that honey. That honey goes into your system and it learns how to protect yourself against the pollen. It's a natural way. We need to start going into the natural ways too. Protect your body. Keep your immune system good. Everybody worries so much about what happens if I get the infection. Don't worry about getting the infection. Worry about keeping your immune system good so that you don't get the infection. Focus more on how not to get the COVID-19 versus if you get it, right?
Absolutely.
If you get it, we talk about it. Prepare yourself and all of that. But also work on yourself to not get it.
Well, they got to educate themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to educate
That's why
yourself.
we're doing the show, right?
You need to educate yourself to understand the differences between these type of viruses.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like you read on any other topic to learn it and to understand it better, your health, to me, is priority. Okay? So, common cold, flu, COVID-19. Okay? If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and leave us the questions in the link down underneath our video. Dr. Andrews, do you have any closing remarks at all, my man, before we go on to our next episode?
I think if ain't no mountain high,
ain't no valley low,
ain't no river wide enough, baby. I took some lessons, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm just joking.
If you need me, call me.
Where do we call it, Jay?
727-777-5522. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a lot more information coming to you guys. We love you. Thanks for the support, and if you guys have any questions, just give us a call.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother. Absolutely. God bless. Bye-bye.